Hi, so today I wanted to do a topic that is kind of different than a lot of the videos I normally do, but I just felt God really placing on my heart, and it's something that I've really been reflecting over the past couple of days. So, for a lot of my life, I've had a lot of insecurities with the way that I do certain things, and I don't know if anyone else can relate. Um, Sorry, my phone just turned on randomly. I don't know if anyone else can relate, but if you've ever been like me, there's a lot of creative passions that you have inside you, but a lot of times fear of failure has held me back, or I will see someone doing something really similar to what I do, and I will think, well, they're already doing it amazingly, who am I to do this? Or, um, like, what value do I have to bring? And in my life, I've really struggled tremendously with comparison, um, particularly when it comes to doing things that I feel like God is leading me to do, or, passions He's put within me to share with people, or abilities and things like that. And yeah, I've really struggled tremendously with comparison, and I think it can be really hard sometimes to not compare and to feel like, well, I just shouldn't do this because this person's already doing this, or this person is already, um, amazing at this. So I want to talk about, sorry, my phone keeps turning on really random. One moment. So I want to talk about something that I've really been thinking about for a while, but I feel like it's just now really kind of beginning to sink in. So I don't know if anyone watching this can relate to this, but I just want to say and remind you that there will never be another you in existence. And I want you to just ponder over that and reflect over that. There will never be another you in this world. So often we can feel like what we offer to the world, whether it's in a creative sort of way, or it's other things we feel passionate about, or other abilities that we feel we may have been given. So often we may feel like the things we do aren't good enough if they're not perfect, or we can tend to compare ourselves with other people, and we can wonder what we have to offer to the world, what we have to offer to give other people, or if we are offering something that people don't already have or don't already know, or just to believe that we have something of value to offer and give other people when it comes to the abilities that we've been given or the passions that we have. So I want to remind you that, as I mentioned, there will never be another you in existence. And I want you to really take that in and reflect on that your life has meaning, that your life has purpose. Truly, your very existence has purpose. That your life is so significant because you're the only you there will ever be in the world. And from that place, what you have inside you that has been uniquely interwoven and created inside you. You're the only person that can give that to the world. You're the only person that can do those things in only the way that you can. Other people may do things that are similar, but you are the only person that can bring to life whatever God has put with you. And by that, I just mean that no one else can create what God has put within you to bring into the world. No one else can do things in the exact way that you can. Because there will never be another you in this world. If you just think about that, right? You're offering something that people have never experienced or been given because you're completely unique, because you'll never be anyone else. If you think about that, then what you offer, whatever you offer, whatever your passions, your abilities, whatever you want to bring into this world is so valuable. I want you to really think about that, especially if you've ever struggled with comparison or you've ever questioned that or second guessed or doubted yourself, that what you offer is so incredibly valuable. No one else can do what only you can. That what you offer is so significant. That you don't have to be afraid to create something or use certain abilities or bring certain things into the world. Because you're the only one that can do those things, that can give that to the world. And something else I've been reflecting on is all the parts of you, you know, some of the parts that we second guess and question the most. They're the very parts of us that are so unique, and if you really think about it, that even in that sense, you're the only one that can give those parts of yourself to the world. And it's those very parts of yourself that often are the ones that create things in such a unique way, or those parts of yourself that will reach people that only you can reach. So I want to remind you that if you've ever questioned that, if you've ever struggled with comparison or fear of failure, if you've ever wanted to create anything or bring anything into the world and bring it to life, but you've questioned and second guessed yourself or ever felt like what you do is never good enough to understand how valuable, how significant what you uniquely offer is. And I want you to be reminded that God sees you through that lens. God sees you through that lens, that He put that inside you. You're the only one He can bring it to pass through. Because He's made you completely unique and set apart. And you will never be anyone else. And so often we wish we did things like other people. But you will never be that person. And there is no point in us comparing. You're meant to be yourself. that you're free to be yourself, you're free to be who you are, to create the things that you feel passionate about, and to know how significant, how valuable they are. So if you have spent a lot of time comparing or second guessing or doubting yourself, as I'm trying to address this in my own life, I just want you to be reminded that there is no need for you to compare. In fact, that very comparison that you may have felt like you've just been under the weight of, you can just let it fall to the ground. There's no need to compare. You don't have to compare anything that you do, anything that you are to anyone. You're put on this earth to be you, not to be someone else, but to fully and wholeheartedly be who you are. And to freely offer your abilities and what you're passionate about to this world. Not from a place of us second guessing and doubting and feeling like what we offer doesn't have value or questioning that, but from a place of just knowing that there will never be another you in this world. So whatever you have to offer, whatever you have to give to this world, whatever you are passionate about is so special. And I hope that if you are listening to this and you resonate with this, that it would remind you not only of this truth, but that it would push you to know that you don't have to be afraid to put yourself out there. You don't have to be afraid of that what you offer won't have value for people, because you as a person have infinite value, because your life is so significant. Who you are is significant, and what you give to this world. So thank you so much for watching. I don't know if anyone needs to hear this, but this is just something that I've kind of been pondering and reflecting over in my life, but I really hope it can help anyone else out there. And if you have been thinking about putting yourself out there in any way, or there's things you want to create or bring to life, or maybe question if God really wants to do something through you, that would just ultimately remind you how significant and valuable not only who you are is, but what you offer to this world that no one else can. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're doing okay.